my name is Yolanda Tucker, and I'm the host of Reality Check. Reality Check is a TV show that talks about real issues and real problems that real people face. Today we have a special guest. Hi, how are you?
I'm fine, how are you?
Rather than introduce our special guest, she actually prepared a question that's going to introduce her for me. We have Oprah Winfrey, there's Michelle Obama, and there's Juanita Bynum. Now tell us, who are you?
I'm Denishina Frison. I feel like I'm great like they are. I might not have the finances, I might not have the resources, but I'm great and I haven't forgotten where I come from. Greatness goes far beyond having the flow of finances, but it goes within to where you can pull the greatness out and you can be able to distribute it to all women. And that's what I'm here to do. I feel like I've been put here to be able to build women.
That is so awesome. Now, this is my guest, Denishina Frison. Denisha, you and I met a couple of weeks ago at your first annual conference.
Yes.
Now, Stepping In Tommorow is your organization.
Yes.
And tell us a little more about the conference and the organization, if you would.
The conference was entitled Building the Woman Within, and that's basically the motto for Now Stepping Into Tomorrow. We want to be able to build every woman that we can reach across the globe. We want to be able to reach down and pull that woman that's been bound by whatever, because if you think about it, the more we go on in life, the more baggage is stacked on top of us. But if we can just reach it within that baggage and we can pull that woman from up under, then we can begin to build her on top of that stuff, like building the blocks and paving, putting the pavement down, the cement, so that the blocks can have a strong foundation to stick together. That's basically what Now Stepping Into Tomorrow wants to do. That we want to call you out of your yesterday and let you walk into your tomorrow. We want to push you into that. We realize that we can't make any woman do it, but it is a great opportunity to any woman that wants to become better or wants to be built.
So pull you out of your yesterday and help you walk into your tomorrow. Is that it?
Yes.
That is so awesome. Tell us a little bit. I know you have a book that's coming out soon. Tell me about the book. What's the title of the book?
It's called How I Became Me. Basically, I'm not finished yet, but how I got from point A, and it seems like it took forever to get to point B, but I'm here and I'm still standing. Basically, the book is based on me being still here, and being here to tell the story. I realize there are many women that have been where I was, including yourself in similar situations, but we're still here to tell the story. Some weren't fortunate enough to be here. And my book was inspired by God. I'm kind of letting the secret out, but I wrote the book within one day. And I was lying in the bed one night and I asked God, I said, what do you want me to do for you? And it's like we were having a conversation and he said, I want you to write a book. I said, well, what am I going to entitle it? He said, How I Became Me. So I'm like, wow, I'm not finished being me, but as I began to write the book, God began to give me revelation. Memories that I thought were dead, that I thought that I could never remember, by being so young. He pulled them up out of me and I was able to place them in a book. And I know the book is just a testimony for the next person, the next woman that needs to overcome obstacles in life.
And it was a cleansing experience. I know for me, writing Blessed Beyond Belief was a cleansing experience. You're in the ending stages of your book being birthed. Isn't that an awesome experience?
It is. It's great. Months after I finished writing the book, I was like you. I was lying on the floor. The book was finished, and I was crying, and I was reminding God of how messed up I was and all the things I've done. And lying on the floor, God began to speak to my spirit, man. And in the midst of me saying, God, I'm messed up, and I've done all this stuff, God spoke to me and said, phenomenal woman. And from ever since that day, I walk as a phenomenal woman. Everywhere my feet tread, I walk phenomenally. It's like nobody could tell me I'm anything less than phenomenal, because my Father spoke to me and said that I am phenomenal.
And you are phenomenal. Yes, you
Thank
are.
you.
Yes, you are. You talked about walk, and so what's your next project? I know you have a walk coming up. Tell the audience a little bit about the next project that's coming up.
Well, the walk is in March. Hopefully, I'm aiming at March 18th. It's entitled Paving the Concrete. We're going to be walking over everything that we've been through in life, all obstacles, the hurdles that we thought we had to jump. We're going to walk over those. And every setback, every downfall, everything that we thought that we couldn't come over, we're going to walk over that stuff. And when we end the walk, I want every woman to end the walk knowing that they are phenomenal women as I am. And I want them to know that they've accomplished something. Even though it looks like it's the physical, they've accomplished something in the spirit realm also.
You and I, after we met at your conference, I told you about another conference that was out in LA, and you accompanied me out to LA, and that was your first time flying. I was a little nervous because it was our first time flying. So we got to LA, and tell the audience what you thought about LA and the things that you learned.
LA is a beautiful city. I first know that I've been depriving myself for so many years of not flying because that was my biggest fear. But it's great. Flying is great. If you haven't done it, do it. Flying is great. The conference, it was just awesome all within itself. It gave me so much belief in knowing that I could be successful at any stage in life, you know, all the way from wealth down to my home, just being in my home with my children. You know, it built little areas in me to let me know that I could do this. And I didn't know where to begin, but I prayed weeks ago and I asked God, I said, God, show me where to begin. And he placed you in my life, and it's like everything just fell in place. It's like God was showing me, this is where you need to do, this is, you know, this is what you need to do, and go out and do it. He let me know that I could go out and do it. I have 5 kids, but I could go out and do it.
Wait a minute, you say you have 5 kids?
I have 5 kids.
Oh, you look like a kid yourself, and you have 5 kids.
Yeah.
I always tease her about looking like a kid.
Yeah, but the things that appear to be so untouchable to me, God let me know that I can touch them. And that, it was a blessing. Thank you for inviting me to come along. It was a blessing.
You are more than welcome. I'm glad that I could, you know, have that opportunity to offer to you. We were talking a little bit earlier, and you also said that the conference made you feel like you were unstoppable.
Yes, yes. I feel like I can go out and face the world head on. I feel like nobody can tell me that I can't have it or I won't do it, because I know that I can have it. I mean, people might look at the conference as just being something that just was held, it was called the boot camp for speakers. I don't look at it like that. I look at it like God planted me there, me and you there, for a reason. And the reason was to instill in us that, hey, if they can do it, we can do it. You know, they're no further than what we are. We're just a step away from where they are. And I know that I can do it. I am unstoppable, and so are you.
You are. You certainly are. And I want to tell the audience a story. While we were in LA, we definitely faced some issues while we were there.
Yes.
We got there. I had reserved a hotel room. Got there. Credit card was declined. I'm like, oh Lord, I hope I hadn't brought this girl all the way across the country for us to be homeless. But you know, God is good. I did have another card. We were able to put 2 nights on that card, and then come back on the other card and put 2 nights. And I tell this story to let you know that yes, you will face obstacles, and yes, things will come, you know, and you're not going to know how to deal with them. But you just have to believe and trust in your faith and know that God will make a way, and he certainly did. But I wanted to tell that part of the story to get to the best part of the story. You and I were in Denny's, and we were sitting there, you know, having dinner. We've been to the conference all day. We were exhausted, and we were just talking about really the goodness of God and how good he'd been to us. And tell the audience what happened.
We were enjoying our little conversation, you know, just me and Yolanda, and there was a guy sitting in the booth behind us. And apparently he overheard our conversation, and he liked what he heard. I mean, we were talking about overcoming some stuff, and we were talking about how good God was. And we didn't know that he was getting up to actually go pay for our meals until he brought us back the ticket, and he said, just tip the waitress. And my friend just started pouring into, I hope you don't mind, she started pouring in tears of joy. I mean, the abundance of joy. And I'm sitting over there, and I was in awe. So it's like I couldn't move. I couldn't say nothing, but God is so good, you know. I know she probably got tired of me saying it, but
no, not at all.
It was like, oh my God, you know, everywhere we go, we're walking in favor. You know, if we can only open that concept up in our mind that we're walking in favor everywhere we go, and it was great. It was great. It's like God say, hey, keep your money in your pocket. This one is on me.
Absolutely, and certainly taken care of. Actually, when he first came to the table, I was a little dumbfounded because remember, he put the receipt on the table. He said, make sure you tip the lady. And I was like, I couldn't understand what he was saying, and I happened to look down at the receipt, and realized that it was our food that he had paid for. And like she said, you know, most people that know me know I'm a bag of water. I'm a crybaby. And it just started to flow, and I couldn't stop it. And I'm like, look at the magnitude and the goodness of God and how awesome he truly is. You know, we had no expectations for that to happen, but we expected great things.
Yes, we did.
You know, we expected great things on that trip, and we went and we learned some awesome information, and we're bringing it back, and now we're putting it into play. We're implementing that stuff.